Chapter 5. Two Worlds, One Fire, Washington, D.C. West Potomac Park. 4 days later, Emily Morgan walked through the winding paths of the park with her security detail trailing from just far enough to give the illusion of privacy. She'd insisted on space, a word her father was beginning to despise. But space was where she found her breath again, where she could become someone outside of the velvet handcuffs of her last name. And today, that space mattered more than ever. Nathan had agreed to meet again, this time with coffee. She carried 2 paper cups from a cafe that had no idea who she was. It was freeing, buying coffee without anyone scanning her face, without the barista nervously asking about her father's policies. She paid cash, wore an oversized hoodie, and for 10 perfect minutes she was nobody. And yet, walking toward Nathan now, she felt like the most seen girl in the world. He stood near the fountain exactly where she said she'd be. His clothes were cleaner today, still secondhand, still frayed at the sleeves, but there was a quiet pride in the way he held himself, like a man trying. "I brought you Colombian," she said, handing him one of the cups. He smiled, touched but uncertain. "You remembered." "I remember everything." Nathan looked down at the lid, then back at her. "No one's brought me coffee in 3 years." "Then you've been spending time with the wrong people." They sat under a willow tree whose long fingers dipped into the water. Ducks paddled around aimlessly while a couple jogged by with matching earbuds. In the distance, a brass band played faintly from the sidewalk near the Jefferson steps. It should have felt like any ordinary afternoon, but nothing about this felt ordinary. Emily sipped her drink. "You ever think about leaving D.C.?" Nathan leaned back against the bark. "Every damn day." She studied him. "Then why stay?" He was quiet for a moment. Then, "My brother. I didn't know you had family." "He doesn't know I'm still alive." Nathan's voice lowered. "He thinks I died overseas. Afghanistan. I let him believe it. I didn't want to come back broken." Emily's heart twisted. "You served?" "Yeah, Army. Recon unit. Lost 2 good men in a botched operation. After that, I unraveled." His fingers tapped the cup lightly. "PTSD is a nice acronym for what it does to you, but it doesn't scratch the surface." Emily moved closer, the weight of his story anchoring her in a new kind of gravity. "Nathan, why tell me this now?" He looked at her, searching her eyes. "Because I want to stop hiding, and because you don't flinch when I show you the mess." She didn't flinch now either. She reached for his hand. "You're not the only one who hides." He raised an eyebrow. "Oh." She glanced around. Her detail was still keeping their distance. She leaned in. "I applied to Columbia, secretly, under a different name." His eyes widened. "Wait, what?" "Yep, Emily Green. Liberal arts with a focus on journalism. I used a fake address and asked my friend to handle the paperwork. I just wanted to see if I could get in on my own merit. No name, no White House influence." "And I got in." Nathan laughed, a real full laugh that made her chest tighten. "That's amazing, Emily." "It was," she said, "until my father found out." Nathan winced. He didn't take it well. Let's just say there were words, lots of words. Words like legacy, image, reputation. He wants me at Stanford. Close to the family, controllable. Nathan's voice was low. "So what are you going to do?" Emily took a long sip of coffee. "Still deciding, but for the first time in my life, I'm thinking for myself." They sat in silence again, both heavy with truths. After a while, Nathan turned to her. "Can I show you something?" "Of course." He stood and reached into the duffel bag beside him. From it, he pulled a small leather notebook, worn and bent at the corners. The pages were filled with sketches, pencil drawings, charcoal outlines, faces and places rendered in remarkable detail. "These are incredible," she breathed, flipping through the images. "You did all of this?" "I sketch what I remember, what I dream, what I've lost." One page caught her eye, a girl on a bench beneath a weeping tree staring out into the water. The hair was unmistakable. So were the eyes. "Is this me?" He nodded slowly. "The day we met. You looked like someone trying to disappear, but your eyes wouldn't let you." Emily felt emotion rise in her throat. "Nathan, why are you still on the streets? Why not try something with this?" "I used to try once, but when no one wants to see you, it's hard to show them anything." She held the notebook to her chest. "Well, I see you, and I'm not going anywhere." His smile was slow, disbelieving. "You say that now. I'll say it tomorrow, too." Just then, her phone buzzed, a coded alert from her security. The president's motorcade was inbound, a warning to prepare for extraction. Emily stood abruptly, eyes darting toward the road. "They're coming," she whispered. "I have to go." Nathan rose with her. "Will I see you again?" She hesitated because she wanted to say yes. She needed to say yes. But reality, the brutal kind, was tightening its grip. "Meet me at the Smithsonian Fountain," she said quickly. "Tomorrow, noon, I'll be there." "Even if they follow you?" "Especially if they follow me." She turned and started to run toward the path, her team closing in. But just before she disappeared into the trees, she stopped, looked back. "Nathan." "Yeah?" "I think I'm falling in love with you." And then she was gone. And as the president's daughter vanished into a sea of agents and expectations, Nathan stood alone beneath the willow tree, heart racing, hands trembling, realizing that nothing in his life would ever be the same again. End of chapter 5.
If this video sparked your interest, taught you something new, or simply made your day better, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you never want to miss out on content like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your support helps us grow and keeps the content coming.